Hi guys, we take super long breaks between these now. Sorry about that.
Can you blame us?
We've been busy with life. Okay, uh, we are back with more Scanranger, and I'm always here. This time we also have Ryan because he needs to be here for the next few chapters so he can see the Jesus Ranger.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's not as cool as you might imagine, believe me. And then we also have a newcomer here, Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hello.
Yeah, he's new to this whole thing. I don't think he has listened to a single chapter of this fic, so he doesn't have any context, but he doesn't really need it.
We've basically bound and gagged him, is what we did.
Yeah.
Yes, I need help. Call an adult.
I am an adult.
You are an adult.
I know. Don't remind me. I don't want to adult.
But, so Joe here is going to be reading our first half, and then Rhino will be reading our second this time. So, Joe, how you know when your part is over is, it literally says Act 2.
Yeah, I skimmed through it just to see how long it was.
Yeah. So that's your end point, and then you pass it off.
Okay.
So, shall we begin, fellers?
Sure.
Ryan, it'll be okay. It'll be okay, Ryan.
Red Scanner, why are you attacking me? I didn't do anything to you.
Anyway, let's do this.
Episode 2, and Voodoo to You.
That's kind of clever.
Central New Jersey University, the home of the intrepid heroes, the
Of
Scanranger.
our intrepid heroes.
Oh, sorry. My brain's already auto-correcting. Alright. Even now, as they wrap up another semester, each member was out preparing for the break only for about 3.5 weeks.
Wait, hold on. Ryan, your grammar radar should be going off, right?
Yeah,
What that should say is they were preparing for the break that only lasted 3.5 weeks, right?
it's for style, I think. I don't really remember why you would use a hyphen, but yeah, if you wanted to, just to be safe, putting in that instead of the hyphen would have been simple.
Or does he mean they're preparing, or they're taking 3.5 weeks to prepare for the break? Because that's some dedication to being lazy, let me tell you.
It's like it's almost like he's cutting in on his own narration, saying but only for like a few weeks, guys.
I mean, it's college. They have breaks for like Christmas and stuff. It's not that big a fucking deal. Alright, so continue.
Vin was practicing his, you gotta help me with this word.
Aikido.
Aikido. Not Aikido, Aikido.
Aikido, okay.
I think that's how you spell it.
Vin was practicing his Aikido moves at the gym. Nick, Mikey, and Lucy was watching an anime. And Tony was at the gym working.
We've already bitched enough about tense with this guy. I'm not doing it anymore.
Professor Alex was doing research on the event in a rare occasion, killing time.
What is this internet? Do you guys ever think it'll catch on?
No.
Same.
The internet's for porn.
This is true.
Joe, please. This is a family-friendly program, and I will not have you fucking about here, okay?
We should put this on,
Excuse me.
This is a family program. We will not leave. Fuck this up.
Exactly.
We should put this on Pornhub, though. That would be pretty funny.
What? No!
That would make me feel better.
How?
Oh, this is like grammar porn. I swear to God.
Grammar? I don't even...
Grammar Nazi porn, specifically.
Yes. I'm pretty sure there is a label for that.
Probably.
Ag or whatever they call it. Fuck. My brain's already shutting down from how much fucked up this is. My god. Alright. Meanwhile, up in
Nebultopia.
Nebultopia.
That's the stupid name he chose for the villain's lair.
Okay. In Nebultopia, we see a completely furious black org. Is
Yes.
that right? Okay.
Yes.
Black org venting his anger towards his 3 mayhem captains.
He didn't say it right. His 3 mayhem captains.
I gotta do this. I gotta do that. It's 1 in the morning. People are trying to sleep.
I know. I'm not gonna force you to fucking do that.
I'll try to emphasize it though, at least. Alright. His 3 mayhem captains.
There you
the
go.
Dark Overlord enveloped them in his
Enveloped? Enveloped, bro. Stuck them in an envelope, shipping those bitches in the mail just like this cow.
Yep. Enveloped them in his deadly plasma blast. They all felt the excruciating pain with Anarchy, Vixen, and Ugg screaming from the top of their lungs. Fools! Even with your power I give you, you still cannot eliminate the children. I can easily destroy you all. I will.
And then why don't you? You should probably do that because, you know, they're not getting any progress. You beat the shit out of them like 10 chapters ago. Just fucking go down and kill them.
He needs to go back to villain school. That's all I gotta say on this slime. Now, Vixen, shall I take away your free will and have you serve me? Or love me forever? And Ugg, shall I send you back to what you call the Cro-Mag period and have those dinosaurs rend you from limb? At Key, at least, fuck, sorry. Oh god. At least Key, you still have your Team Nightmare to assist you now. Yet I'm losing patience, and I want that planet now.
I want
Very
Pikachu, and this time don't screw it up.
You.
Oh my god, Pikachu, why Pikachu?
That is a reference that only old school 90s kids will get.
Why Pikachu?
Pikachu, use Thundercock.
That is not the name of that attack, Ryan.
What's it called?
Yeah, it's called Shock. Just get it right.
Yeah, there you go.
Shock Jizz?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shock
Sweet.
is.
Sweet. Okay, you try that out and tell us how it goes, Ryan.
Sure.
She's just gonna tape a taser to his dick and shoot.
Ryan's like better than this fic.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Very well. For this time, I shall take matters into my own. Black Orb scanned the globe and focused on a small island off the Atlantic, named Haiti. Then westward towards New Orleans and Louisiana.
No, not New Orleans and Louisiana. New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay then. Okay. Fascinating, said the evil mayhem overlord.
There exists other places in the town where these fuckers live. Why don't I just blow them up?
Just blow up the whole world while you're at it.
Yeah.
Alright. There are humans who utilize magic in order to control others.
Since fucking when?
Oh, you got me. I don't know. Obviously, they aren't very good at observation of more than just the city. Since I have yet to use a magical base monster on the scanner, it is high time that I involve involve myself to destroy these movie-based... What?
That's the thing. All of the Scanrangers have movie powers. It's really dumb. You'll see it in action later.
Okay then.
Or rather, read it, more specifically.
Okay then. Black Org then teleported to the campus, rendering himself invisible to the human.
Because he can do that, apparently.
He just had like a fucking cloaking device. I don't know. Smash Bros. Anyone gets too close, he just lets off a little electricity and shocks him.
Yeah.
Or it could be the spy where you bump into him and he just pops up out of nowhere. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, butt sex.
Alright. Go to. He scopes the area and found Tani out of the gym, talking to a couple of her friends. Ah!
Tony has no friends.
Story of my life.
Okay, fuck you too then, damn.
Pinks will be the first I shall study and investigate. My disguise should be enough to elude. It's formed into a human with shades, black hair, a leather jacket, with a resemblance to the body of Damien Borg.
He ate a Borg? Fucking when?
Apparently,
Like, was that a thing we read in past chapters? I don't think so. Like, someone in the comments. Did he ever eat Damien Borg? I need to know this.
Probably did. I don't know. He mind scanned her beneath his distant eyes under his sheet. And now, soon the greatest desires, your weakness shall be. Stopped and turned as she felt something. What was it? Felt like someone stalking. Hope it wasn't that creep from algebra class, because I'll give him the one.
Ryan, stop stalking Tony.
I'll stalk whoever I damn well please.
Well, damn, okay. Jeez.
Shut up.
I mean, Ryan, if you're gonna stalk someone, you can stalk someone better than fucking Tony. I mean, have some standards, dude.
Are you trying to say you want me to stalk you? Are you that lonely?
No, I'm trying to
That's
say if
exactly
you're
what
gonna
he's
stalk
saying.
anyone, stalk someone like, what? Just not Tony, okay? Like, just you are better than this.
Maybe not. Alright. Black Org then went to Kino's dorm. Hovering over
Kunio's.
the window. What?
Kunio Storm.
Okay. Kunio's dorm. Hovering over the window with Nick missing.
Oh my god. Keep going, I can't wait for this line coming up.
Evil One was rendered invisible as the three rings were occupied watching an anime tape. Seated this. I told you, Nick. I told you that Dragon Ball Z much more effective watch sub.
We now have Mike from Konzenshu in our presence. Say hi, everybody. Mikey's true identity revealed. Geekdom 101, make a 30-minute video about it.
I like that. I like that reference.
But the music, heavy metal guitar, it's not all there. I don't get it. It's all different BGM music. Why? Asked Nick.
You know, it makes sense that the guy who's a fucking snob about Super Sentai and Power Rangers, aka this fic writer, is also gonna be a fucking sub-snob about DBZ. Fucking course he is.
But my Shinsuke Kikuchi score.
Sorry. Simple explanation, said he. Kids watch this stuff now, don't want to shock their psyches. They have Cartoon Network to watch their version while we grown adults watch it in all its unedited glory. To wit, can't say die, dead, or killed to the kids today. Kids of today. You got to what they watch and then he added.
The fact that season 1 of Power Rangers actively said all those words proves you wrong, first off.
Also, what does that have to do with the music?
That, and 2, I like how he's pretending like, oh, the original Japanese version is meant for adults. No, it's not.
It's still a kid's show. The only difference is that it's a friggin' late 80s, early 90s kid's show. So
Yeah.
I thought it was like a young adult's novel.
No, it is full on a kid's show. It is meant for 10-year-olds.
And that should be the demographic for North America as well. The only reason why we can discuss the shift in demographic in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far into this topic, but it makes no sense because supposedly in Japan they're not allowed to have as much violence as in America. And then it's the reverse for the sexuality in shows.
I don't know about that. I haven't researched that, but
I've just seen like stuff on Facebook for like shows that were banned in certain countries. I forget what one it was, but one was actually banned due to excessive violence in Japan, and he got it perfectly fine over here in America.
what show?
I really don't remember. I'd have to go to the post and find it.
Yeah, because depending on the show, the kind of violence it is going to be kind of suspect. Because like, yeah, there's Tom and Jerry, but like, and yeah, if you really think about it, some of that violence can be pretty intense. But it's not like they show a lot of blood or anything. It's still cartoon violence, which is the reason kind of why they can get away with it, because it looks kind of funky.
That's also why Anime News Network hates it. Boom! I am on a roll today with slamming internet celebs.
Oh god. Blackgore completed his mind scanning the three Rangers as he teleported. He somewhat felt the present. Not to be funny, but like Bugs Bunny once said, "You ever have the feeling you're being?"
I'm glad you said not to be funny, BC, because you've never been funny.
Well then, you were just on a roll.
Christ. By the way, on that episode where we asked people to come up with different meanings for BC, someone replied with bent cock. And I love that. that I don't know who that was, but if you're listening to this, shout outs to you. That made me laugh.
That made my penis hurt hearing that.
Oh god, no. Alright.
Also, Blackgore can mind read people now, apparently. Just he can, because fuck you.
I guess.
Like, just out of nowhere.
Haha, you're having gay thoughts. No.
This? Ha! Fusion is fucking gay!
Stop it. I don't wanna.
Okay. Sorry, I actually had to back read this because this next line. Finally, Blackboard went to the gym.
He wanted to get swole.
He was just at the gym though.
Yeah, he was. He went back. Because fuck it, why not?
That should be he went back to the gym, not to the gym. He was just at the gym.
He visited the gym again. Why not? Fuck it.
He was worshipping at the Iron Church.
He finished the scanning, taking advantage of Vin as took a break from his kata.
Gross.
What?
Is he
Kata.
learning Japanese or something?
No.
I
This
don't
is
know.
fake bullshit. Like, don't even worry about it. Just keep going. Fuck this.
It's not even that. It's just how that sentence is worded.
Yeah.
You weren't joking, but this is...
Take advantage of Vin as took a break from his kata.
As took break.
Yeah.
Break. Okay. It is done, said Blackboard. He returned to Nebula. Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck this word over so many times. Nebula.
He returns to Nebeltopia.
Nebtopia.
If it makes it easier for you, you can pronounce it as Nippletopia. That helps Ryan out.
Nebutopia.
That'd be amazing. Utopia.
Utopia of titties.
Tapioca.
Wait, what? Now with the stolen bodies injected with the metalbonic virus, I can utilize the black magic of what you things call voodoo. Combine it with our mayhem technology, thus creating the ultimate cyber creature.
That doesn't sound like science. Or magic. Or much of anything.
If he mind scanned them, how did he steal their body?
And then inject them with a virus on top of that. And how does a virus let you use fucking magic?
It's a magic virus.
I am trying to think of what show that was, actually. What one was it? Somebody basically would infect somebody with their magic or fucking, I don't even know what it was. It could have been Naruto for all I know. They inject them with their chakra and they poisoned them with it or something. Shit, I don't know.
Gross.
It's a cop-out way of just being like, yeah, I can have blood magic. I'm a Death Knight, guys. I lost where. Okay, there. Out of the chamber came said cyber creature, dressed in tribunal wear,
Yes.
warrior makeup, somewhat like a witch doctor. What?
Oh, we're going full racist with this shit.
Mm.
Oh, this is good.
Enter Curl.
Ungan.
Ungan. Did he just try to fix two different? Or did he just try to put together two different names?
I think he means
No.
Kurohongan.
Probably. That's what this fucking writer does. All the monsters are Kuro whatever. Because Japanese.
Kuro
It's
means,
dumb.
Kuro means black.
Wait, Kuro means black?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Shiro means white.
Okay.
I don't know what Hongan means, but
Oh, then never mind. That was Koro I'm thinking of. Okay. That's a completely different word. Alright. Kuro Hongan, for it referred to the name of a head voodoo witch doctor. Oh.
I somehow doubt that, but I'll take your word for it, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't know any witch doctor that has a Japanese name. Kuro Hongan, awaken. It is time to serve mayhem in its highest. Your orders are basic, people. First, and your magic which I have programmed into you shall be enough to subdue them. Go and.
I'm glad magic can be spawned from technology.
I was gonna say something similar. How do you program magic? I mean, Fairy Tail did this too. I don't fucking get how you can program magic into something. I'll never understand that. Oh, what the fuck ever. Alright. As you command, my lord Blackorg, replied Curl Hogan with a grin on his face. Meanwhile, at the cafeteria where the Scanranger crew hung out at, all sit at a table killing time in between classes. Congratulations, Mikey. You did it, said Vin. Did what? Well, for starters, you passed your class.
How do you know that?
you're supposed to separate the two pieces of dialogue.
We've been over this. He doesn't do that shit, Ryan.
You should.
Yeah?
We know it was kind of late and all, but this is to let you know that we all pulled for you to make this happen. I knew
We
it.
all know that you're basically retarded, Mikey. It's okay.
Yep, they performed favors to make sure he passed.
They all
I'm
took
pretty
turns
sure
sucking the
Ryan-
professor's
Yep.
wee-wee.
Thank you for explaining the joke, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Who said it was a guy?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He just said wee wee. He didn't say it belonged to a dude.
Well, yeah, like
Fair
I
enough.
should. They suck her wee wee. There's contemporary now.
There we go.
Now this fic is approved by Tumblr.
Yep. Shit. At the same time, Nick rolled in a cake to begin the celebration.
What?
I don't know. We kind of went from topic to topic, so when I said it all at the same time,
Nick,
my mind...
why did he just roll in a cake? Why would you just put a cake in front of someone and then proceed to roll all over it? The
Kinda
fuck is
hot.
wrong with you, Clone Vin? Well, actually, wait, that was Nick. What the fuck's wrong with you, Nick?
I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
The,
But
the prize was him covered in frosting. That was the
Oh
prize. Take that
Daddy
as you
played with
will,
me.
People. I was hoping nobody would say anything, but okay. Alright. Meanwhile, Colonel Hogan watched from outside the campus. Now, with the dolls my lord had given me. What? When did he give you dolls? This was not discussed. He just left. He didn't have dolls.
Apparently, game dolls. What, you didn't know? Well,
Apparently.
shame on you. You should know this, reader. Aren't you fucking psychic?
Yeah, I guess I am not. So, screw me.
you have to go back to psychic school.
Yep. I can attack the Scanrangers with ease. Who shall I start with first? Maybe the Scanranger leader. Ah, perf. The cyber creature saw Nick bringing the cake to Mikey. Colonel Hogan then pulled out a moving ball of Nick.
Last I checked, Nick wasn't the leader.
I don't
Like,
even know who.
am I wrong on that? Because I'm pretty sure that, like,
I don't remember either.
pretty fucking sure Nick's not the leader.
Yeah, it's Ben's cock. He's the leader.
No, that BC is not the leader, thank Christ.
Then who is it then?
I'm pretty sure it's Vin, isn't it? Isn't Vin the leader? I could have swore it was Vin.
Oh, well, we can look it up and clarify it later, I guess.
You keep reading. I'm gonna look this shit up. Hold on.
Ah, Christ. Okay. Time for our friend to go on a trip. The monster then made the Nick doll slip. At the same time as Nick was about to hand the cake to Mikey, he slipped, hitting Mikey with the cake. Hey, said Mikey. Is this your idea of a joke? Yeah, what? Yeah, what's up?
Okay, I checked. Yeah, it was Vin. And oh my god, I learned something new about this looking this up.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys want to know what Red Scanner, the author, you know what his real name is?
What?
Ben
Vince Jones.
Vince Jones?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds very familiar.
It should, because that's the name of our protagonist.
Oh, really?
So, Vin is literally a self-insert character.
Oh.
I've done that
Wow.
too.
Like,
In that case, I
Like-
completely renamed the character. But
I mean, I'm sure we've all been guilty of it, but like, dude, come on. Like, that is like Mark 1 of a shitty fic when you do that, though. Alright, so continue, Joe.
Alright. Yeah, what's up, Nick? If someone was to hit you with a cake, it would be me, said Petey. Just a second, said Nick. I didn't mean... Sorry, it was an accident. Mikey retaliates by throwing a slab of cake in Nick's face. Ah, the poor kid, what hit him, said Coral Hogan.
Oh no, they're covered in pastry. Ah.
rude.
Like,
At the same time, the mysterious man named Peter walked down campus. Peter then stopped and looked around. Weird. He's a present. Maybe I'm... He then walked away.
You know, if you're trying to make a mysterious figure, I think you could have chosen him. Fucking Peter. Oh my god.
No, I'm
Hey,
pretty
Peter.
sure he has a good. I have a pretty good idea where this is going. He's
Hey,
going
Lois.
No, he's not. He's not going to be on the border of mental
Mysterious
retardation.
Peter Griffin.
That was good though. I
Hey,
have an
Mayhem,
idea.
pull my finger.
Oh god.
You know, oh my god. Just no, because I can pull that joke right now on somebody. It's gonna be good. Okay, as I was gonna say, what they're probably gonna do, they're gonna try and make him out to be a serious character. And when he has his moment to shine, he's a dick.
No, that would imply this fic actually has some gravitas. I fucking doubt that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just, it's his moment of truth and he just ends up being a huge dick.
I mean, totally botching the moment? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Like, that's not yeah, not debatable.
Strange. It felt like that human knew what I was up to, but he didn't see me. I must be seeing things, said the cyber creature, who then left. Wait, whoa. Okay, why did he all of a sudden change from just being the Kuro Hogan to the cyber creature?
Well, ignoring that, Carl Hogan was in the cafeteria, and then now suddenly he's in the hallway.
He
That's also
teleported.
a good point, too. Well, no. I'm not entirely sure where Peter was at. It just says walk down the campus, so...
He's probably taking a little stroll.
it could've
So,
been outside.
yeah, where the fuck was Peter? Could have been fucking anywhere in this fucking building. Or
He was
outside it, even.
He was using the potty.
Okay, fine, fair. So that means Carl Hogan teleported to the fucking bathroom from the cafeteria.
Who says, who's to say the bathrooms aren't off of the cafeteria and he's just hiding in the bathroom in the door looking out a window?
Well, then the fucking fic writer needs to fucking describe that.
I don't even
Because
know
that-
what the hell this place looks like.
Because as it stands right now, Carl Hogan's just staying in the middle of the cafeteria invisible like an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Later, in class, Vin was finishing his anatomy class as one of his female classmates approached him. Okay, why does it say in class and then it doubles up with the anatomy class? Oh. Okay, I'm just getting too nitpicky now, aren't I?
No,
That's fair.
that's
Maybe-
legit.
Maybe change the
I-
second class to course.
Yeah.
Or instead of just say later in his anatomy class and just get
Yeah.
rid of.
Vin was finishing his assignment. Vin was jerking his
Or
wee wee.
later on. Or just say later on, Vin was finishing his anatomy class.
Yeah.
That also works better.
Later on, Vin was eating pussy.
Probably gonna-
Considering Vin is the fic writer, I highly doubt that.
Wow.
Wow, savage.
You're pretty
Damn.
hot. Maybe you should try and get more shade.
Ooh.
That's a good one, right?
Strange. It felt like that human knew what I. Oh fuck! I'm rereading shit. I got
Strange.
lost
It
in
feels
the-
like deja vu.
You should be at Vin. You got a minute?
Alright. Vin, you got a minute? She was an attractive young woman. Listen, I need one more guy for our study group tomorrow. Are you available?
That's code for fucking.
Yeah. Well, Samantha, I guess I could make some time to study your body. Yeah, I mean, study with somebody tomorrow since I don't have to work out, so... Wow.
Smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. Very smooth.
See, I study people's bodies too, but in a much more painful way. Joking, confirm.
Do I need to... no, I cannot confirm. Do I need to have... just tell me if I need to remove another probe from somebody. Oh, shit.
killing Vin. I wish.
More like he's slaying
Hogan
that
saw
boner.
Vin and using a Vin voodoo doll, which matched his fetish type.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Oh,
What?
Fetish type.
I did... What? I mean, I know we made the jokes about the kinks, but like... What?
This took a very odd turn. I don't... What was the good thing? I don't like that noise.
Oh no.
I didn't like that noise. That sounded like a fapping noise.
That exactly was it was. And it's very topical.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
I didn't know all of our sex jokes were foreshadowing.
Suddenly this bit got a lot better.
No, it didn't. It got a lot worse.
Oh god, we need more people for this now.
If you want porn, you can get better porn somewhere else, Ryan.
I'm reading ahead, it looks like it might give me a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh god, I can already see Ryan's gonna post this on fucking Pornhub.
No, I won't.
Jesus Christ.
Not
Why
yet,
not?
at least.
Yeah. If it turns this way, if it gets more this way, then he probably is going to. It'll be worth a fucking laugh too.
It'd be funny for people to be all like, "Where are the other chapters?" Like, actually get into the story.
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge.
I will.
I'm really into the story.
If you're into Scanranger, fuck you. Like, this story sucks.
I'll scan your ranger.
What? That didn't even make any sense.
Okay. The cyber creature then lifted the doll's hands and slyly stroked it.
Oh no. So, does Vin have a hand fetish? Is that the implication?
Not to break the illusion, but I think what they're going for is that Kuro Hongen is making Vin do lewd things to his crush against her consent.
No, we're just gonna keep reading and find out.
No, what they said was he slyly stroked the hand itself, so... Is he trying to turn Vin on? Because that's really counterproductive.
Keep reading.
At the same time, while Vin was talking, he was stroking Samantha's hair, then stroking her shoulders. She then noticed Vin doing so, and then slapped him.
For a fucking minute. For someone who was right in front of her. Idiot.
What happened? Why did you slap me? Said a puzzled Vin. Forget it, Samantha said. Don't bother till you get your mind out of the gutter. She then walked away. Wait, I did it, dang it. What's going on around here?
So I have a question now about this fucking bad guy's plan. His plan is to use voodoo to kill them, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just use the voodoo dolls to make them all levitate, and then throw them in a fucking trash compactor and call it a fucking day?
Let's be real, does anyone ever think to do that whenever they do voodoo?
Yes!
On all the voodoo stuff I've seen, it's always like, oh, I'm gonna make them fucking embarrass themselves by...
Yeah, but the thing is, he specifically said his goal was to kill them.
I don't know, maybe he wants to, like, embarrass them and make them want to, like, be so depressed that they'll kill themselves, and so he won't have to do anything.
But... That's not efficient. Holy shit. Just fucking kill. Like, with voodoo shit, it should be easy to off somebody. Fuck. Anyway, we're in Act 2 now, so Ryan, you gotta take the reins.
Alrighty. Act 2. Kuro Hongan plotted his next move to sabotage the other Scanrangers. Meanwhile, Black Orc seemed to be pleased at the mishaps of his cyber creature has wrought.
It really turned him on.
Yeah. Oh, my plan is working.
Oh my god.
It is time to exploit these children.
Oh no. No, cease.
Then
Can you
these
send us
then these Terran heroes shall be ended. He watched from above the hill of the school. BC and Tony walked along to the library. Hey, Tone, I don't know if you noticed, but have you realized that most of us had fallen into some type of mishap? You know, sort of like some kind of sabatugi? Sabatugi?
That actually is from fucking Three Stooges.
Yeah.
But ignoring that, gee, guys, I don't know, could be fucking coincidence. Maybe. Nah, it's gotta be evil. No
Curly's
bad
way.
things happen to good people.
Curly's way of saying sabotage. No, not really. I mean, that accident with Mikey and the cake was normal. Nick didn't mean anything toward it. Let me share something. I was sleeping last night and dreamed I trashed my entire dorm room, only to wake up and saw muddy footprints all over the wall. The strange thing about it was that it was my shoes, and I spray painted the word bonsai on my window. Why would you do that?
Why?
Why bonsai?
What? Why spray paint your window?
At the same time, another student with a campus cop approached the two rangers. He pointed at BC. That's him, officer. He's the one who spray painted my dorm wall last night. BC was puzzled. What in blazes are you talking about? I was asleep in my bed after studying. Tell him, Tony. That girl
Yeah,
was
I watched him sleep.
That girl was his accomplice, continued the guy. She was with him, too. Me? Said Tony. The officer gave a slow smirk on his face. His tag name read K. Hongan.
Subtle.
I've some questions for you, but we'll discuss this at the station. This way, please. As BC and Tony enter the police car being driven off... That's a weird sentence. They realized they had passed the campus police office.
What the fuck does this campus not have?
Oh,
The car was transported into another dimension. Hey, officer, this isn't the station.
No shit, you just entered a portal.
You're going the wrong way. Exclamation point, colon, said BC. On the contrary, this is the right way. To your doom! The officer revealed himself to be Kuro Hongan.
what?
What the? It's a cyber creature, said Tony. Yes, I am. Created by my master, Black Org. I assure you, this will be your last battle. You're finished! Better watch your P's and Q's. You have no idea who you're messing with. Right, Tone? Let's take care of Mr. Witch Doctor, said BC.
Oh, lame.
Right, Tony and BC began to transform. Lights, camera, action, Scanranger! The two became Pink Ranger and Blue...
You know, considering they're still in handcuffs in the back of the car, how did they pose, first of all, to do that shit? Especially since they established they have to hit the fucking wrist things. And two, why didn't Kuro Hogan just fucking kill them?
It would be kind of fun to do like a BDSM Power Rangers theme thing.
That's not where I'm going! Stop!
What was the name of the monster from Mighty Morphin who had like the blue beast face and had like the golden Gorgon or something? No, not Gorgon.
Oh my god.
Sphinx?
This went the opposite direction.
One of the very first bad guys in Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, the fucking Sphinx monster, right? He had the wings.
I think so. What if the Sphinx was the Dom and he had like the Red Ranger?
Can
or
you
something?
stop?
You're ruining my childhood.
No, it's not that. It's more like, no one should be getting turned on by Scanranger. Just nobody.
The two became Pink Scanner and Blue Scanner, respectively. I'm ready for you both. Unfortunately, you have no idea who you're messing with. As long as I have these in my possession, you cannot stop me. Kuro Hongan showed them to blue and pink scanner dolls. So, you plan to destroy us with a couple of action figures that look like us? You're joking, right? Said Blue Scanner. He was about to run
They're
towards
not
the
action figures, they're statues. Fucking.
Well, technically they're voodoo dolls.
I know, right?
He was about to run towards the cyber creature. I never joke, Scanranger. This is not a child's toy. Observing, like he turns it around, like, this is made by NECA. See what I did
It's
there?
7 inches tall and has like 20 points of articulation.
And the
Go fuck
texture of
yourself.
the mold. Kuro Hongan
Ryan, you
used...
should get their Legacy of Kane figure.
I want to. Those things are pretty rare, though, because those are old figures. I want to
Yeah.
get the Raziel one. That one's really cool.
It is.
He's the blue doll and grabbed both of his legs. What happened? I can't move. A small sample of the power of voodoo, said Kuro Hongan. I can control every move that you can use. I can make you all my personal puppets on a string. The mayhem monster began squeezing the blue doll's legs. BC then screamed.
Gross.
I can do this. Kuro Hongan then pulled the doll's legs apart. Ah! Cried Blue. And this. The monster then used a lighter to singe the bottom of the doll's feet. Yow! I hate fire! It's hot! Hot! My feet burning! He's not playing well! Blue then ran to the brook nearby to try to soothe his feet. You won't get away with this creature, said Pink Ranger.
Okay, so apparently the control doesn't last very long. Break free of it to go fucking pull his feet down.
I don't know, maybe he dropped the figure or something. He's like, okay, you can stop now. Yeah. Scan! Not very ladylike. You need to cool yourself off. Or you need to cool off yourself. Kuro Hongan pulled out a pink scanner doll with a glass of water. Have a nice dip, my pretty. The cyber creature dipped the doll into the glass of water, making her drown.
Oh,
Tony-
thank God Tony's dead.
It's hot.
What? No!
Tony found she was unable to breathe, really. Like, again, kind of breaking my fun. Little reading here. Take out Tony found she was unable to breathe. Go straight into she was gasping for air in a panic. Not the best way, but at least, like, you're not really... Because obviously she can't breathe. Obviously. She was
Brian's
gasping.
about to make Scanranger HD Deluxe Edition.
Yeah, I will. And it'll be a porno.
Why?
I don't know. I need to get something from it.
No you don't.
I'll figure something out. Maybe Ven collects exclusively PS3 games or something. That'll be his character arc. She was gasping for air in a panic. Can you breathe out there? Said Kuro Hongan. No? Excellent. Suddenly, out of the blue, a shout rang out. Scanranger! It broke the glass. The doll fell out of harm's way, and Pink was able to breathe again. The shot came from Scanranger with green and yellow arriving on the battle scene. Pink, are you okay? Asked Red. I am now. Thanks. Be careful. That cyber creature has some kind of magic dolls. That's pluralization error. Voodoo dolls? He can only handle 2 at a time. This way, at least if he attacks 2 of us, the other 3 can stop him. Let's get him! Wrong again, scum rangers! Kuro Hongan then evolved with 2 more pairs of arms, then pulled out dolls of red, yellow, and green. Wait a second. That explains how I accidentally hit Mikey with the cake, said Green, and my uncontrollable hands caressing my classmate. And then my other hand going straight to my penis.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah, right there.
That's it then. That cyber creature must have controlled Blue and I while we were sleeping, forcing us to vandalize the dorm, said Pink.
You all have guessed right, but it won't save you. You Scanrangers are in a serious bind, and I do mean bind.
The cyber creature pulled out a piece of sharp barbed wire and tied the 5 dolls together. He pulled the wire slowly, and it tangled the team. The Rangers struggled with all of their might, unable to escape the cyber creature's deadly trap. Kurohungen had about to fatally stab the Rangers.
Yeah.
With the
that's how you talk. How you write.
Yeah. With the heart of a voodoo needle.
One quick stab, and it'll be all over.
I
Farewell!
wonder why you didn't do this on the first fucking...
Yeah, said Kurohungen.
Not so fast,
said a voice. The monster paused and saw... Peter!
He saw penis.
He saw his own penis talking to him.
Please stop this.
Well,
That would be horrifying.
Those are my friends you've trapped there. I suggest you release them at once, if you know what's good for you. Miserable human, how dare you face the power of... You dare face the power of the darkness? You dare to challenge the power of Vodol?
You dare face the clan of darkness? That's a little thing for you East fans out there.
Which one is that one from again?
That's East 1 and 2.
Okay, yeah, I haven't finished that one yet.
Eh,
I'm guessing Dark Fact says that.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Which, according to what I've read, is a typical Hollywood-based stereotype that you try to impress upon my colleagues. And the answer is yes. Fool!
Honestly, voodoo shit has not been done in Hollywood that much, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, it was more of a cartoon thing than anything.
Fool! You've just sealed your fate. I may not have a doll to match your fetish type, but my Semedi
What the
zombie...
fuck?
So even... No, I won't go there.
So is the key to voodooing people knowing their fetishes?
Apparently so.
I think most
What the
people... No, I think most people who've been listening know my fetishes, so please don't make any voodoos.
What's that? Make a voodoo doll of Flametron, aka YouTube Sasuke? Okay.
Damn.
But my Semedi zombies shall work just the same.
Kurohungen threw a bunch of seeds and instantly came up a pair of zombies. The Scanranger crew, still tangled, watch.
Who can resist the power of the true Almighty God?
Here we go.
Peter replied as he called up his inspirational energy. He summoned a plague of flies and gnats that ate on the attacking zombies as quickly as they appeared.
Whoa, said Green. Is this guy a messenger from God? More than
Ryan, confirmed.
More than you know, Green Scanner, replied Peter. Not bad.
He's gonna be literally the Peter from the Bible.
Seems like it.
Like, that's fucking dumb. And this guy should be ashamed. The writer, that is.
He probably has something planned, I don't know.
Not bad, but your best still isn't good enough, said Kurohungen. My victory for mayhem is already in the cards.
The cyber creature pulled a pair of tarot cards, one a devil, one a reaper, representing death, and one a chariot. The 3 cards were kink shoulders in tarot uniforms. Like, is the writer trying to say that kinks are bad?
I guess, dude. like fetish types and shit. Like, we're not making this up. Like, fucking, this is the shit that he wrote, okay? Like,
you can read along with us if you don't believe
fetish
us.
Has some other meaning that I'm just not aware of, which I doubt.
It might. Words are pretty interesting once you look up the definitions. You can kind of play with words a little bit in that way. They explode and rise in human form, then run to attack Peter. Peter didn't flinch. He instead raised his hand in the sky, and connecting onto his body was armor, including a helmet, a breastplate, a sword, and a shield.
I can do everything through him who gives me strength, quoting
This guy is literally Bible Man.
It's awesome.
It's not awesome. Bioman's way better than this fucking fic.
That is true, but
Right.
quoting a scripture, he flipped through the air. Quoting a scripture, he flipped through the air and sliced the devil through while running through the Reaper as it disappears into smoke. Peter then remembered the movie Bender
Oh my fucking god.
and created a chariot to joust with the other evil chariot, which had a king soldier on it.
Oh my fucking
They both
Lord.
race each other as the king chariot tried to rip through Peter's chariot with its wheel. Peter threw the shield, knocking the soldier
The shoulder.
that was me off balance, which then the chariot ran over Kurohongen. In the process, the Scanranger voodoo dolls are scattered away. Kurohongen began to feel fear. He then remembered that Peter was the same guy who passed him as he attacked the individual rangers.
Blast it! Stay back! I'm warning you!
He threw the tarot cards like they were shuriken stars. At the last minute, Scanranger got in Peter's way and intercepted them.
Thanks, Scanranger. Now I must ask of you, do you have faith?
I do now. And all I
He was an atheist before this.
had to do is to overcome his tricks.
You didn't do shit!
Red Scanner then summoned up his action film energy and, becoming one with the movie, entered the ninja. He gained the abilities of Sho Kusagi. Wait, hold on. Kosugi. There we go. Sho Kosugi. And threw back the cards, which transformed into exploding shooting stars. Kurohongen was crippled with the attack. Scanrangers!
Not a true movie fan, because if he were, he would have chosen Vector for his movie.
Yeah. Scanrangers, go for it, yelled Peter. Right! Kamzuka! Shouted the Rangers. In the usual fashion, the giant-sized video camera set its focus on Kurohongen as Red Scanner shouted to fire. The plasma beam destroys the cyber creature. Up on Nebeltopia, Black Org and the three Mayhem captains watched in awe, seeing the monster defeated. The Overlord shouted, "Killer Bite! Activate!" On Black Org's command, Kurohongen resurrected itself and grew giant. The Rangers respond and shout, "Activate!"
What?
They just meant grew giant, like grew big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got
Got swole.
He got swole. I drink a lot of protein shakes. The Rangers respond and shout, "Activate! Box office smashers!" The five transport to their individual mecha, then combine into Blockbuster. They then activate the Cinevortex to take the duelists to a soundstage in another dimension.
Again, where the fuck is Takeshi?
That's a good question.
Seriously, he's been gone for like 50 chapters. Where the fuck did he go?
Turns out he's Peter.
Holy shit. I could honestly believe that. Honestly. I could see this writer fucking doing that.
That's what he should do something, unless there's something we're forgetting. I don't know, maybe Takashi is on the toilet or something.
He's been taking the biggest shit for the past like 5 chapters.
The two combatants grapple as Kurohongen kicked Blockbuster aside, then threw out more exploding tarot cards.
I forgot to play my trump card, Rangers,
said Kurohongen. He pulled out a card representing darkness. He threw the card above Blockbuster and enveloped a giant robot into nothing but pitch blackness. At the same time, Kurohongen attacked from all sides, pounding Blockbuster. The robot threw punches but couldn't connect. "Scanrangers!" said Peter from the other side of the dimension. "You can do it, Red Scanner! What did the Almighty say when he created the Earth?" Why are
That only Red Scanner matters apparently because you're only talking to him and team.
Well, I mean, that should make it clear that the Red Rangers is the best Ranger in anything, because he's the one closest to God.
Apparently, yeah.
Why are you speaking in riddles at a time like this? We need for you to put some light on the subject. Red paused for a moment. Wait, that's it. That's the answer. Thanks, Pete. Focus, guys. Let's combine our energies. Only one thing that darkness cannot stand. Let there be light, shouted Red. At once, Blockbuster glowed in the power of 100 suns, blinding Kurohongen and smashing the card above the robot like glass. Blockbuster V-Beam! Shouted Red Scanner. The blast singed the cyber creature and knocked it on the ground. Psytech Wave!
Psytech Wave.
Exactly. Shouted Green Scanner. The mighty robot levitated Kurohongen, making the cyber creature unable to move or perform its magic by expanding its arms and legs so it won't weave any more spells. Blockbuster then took all of the tricks. Congestion. And potions off the monster. Interesting. 5 seconds is all we need, said Blue. Let's do it. Right! Blockbuster energize! Shouted the Rangers. The robot blasted off towards his target in an unusual fashion. Released the Blockbuster bomb as it destroyed Kurohongen.
You know what I just realized about this finishing move, by the way? It's a total ripoff of Dangayo.
Maybe that's where he got the idea.
It's probably where he got the fucking idea.
With the help of Peter, another victory has been scored by the Scanranger team. And up in Nebeltopia, Blackorg silently watched his cyber creature go down in defeat, as does his 3 captains. He clenched his fists, paused with his non-existent eyes lighting up in fury, and then walked away.
If they don't exist, how do they light up?
I don't know. Maybe he means the space where his eyes are.
I mean, that's obviously what he's going for, but fuck, he can't describe it properly.
And then walked away, disappearing into his private quarters. Within, he pondered,
This is the 3rd time the same human has interfered with our plans. Who is he? I must know. I must find a way to research this meddling earthling, and then I shall annihilate him.
Back at Cape Paramount Base, the Rangers were walking through the corridors on their way to rendezvous with Professor Alex. Well, guys, it's good that things are back in its proper order, said Vin. Yeah, said Nick. It's certainly good that everything was resolved after that incident. No hard feelings after that cake incident, huh, Mikey? You weren't in control, but then again, when were you? No problem. But you still owe me after that RuPaul caper. Episode 5.
Thanks, I didn't fucking remember that stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I didn't remember the exact episode number, but I remember that dumb bullshit. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about that.
You don't.
Yeah, of course. The crew entered the IMAX briefing room and all had taken a seat. Alex entered in. I just want to review the previous battles with mayhem involved. If any of you have any concerns or questions before I start, now is the time. Yes.
When will this shitty fic end?
Yes, Professor, said Vin. What do you know about this Peter guy? I anticipated you ask me that, Vin. In a very indirect fashion, Peter Emmanuel was once a Scanranger. The team looked at each other, yet to an extent wasn't really surprised. But the question remained, why did you choose this time to help the movie task force? While the team pondered the question, not too far away, a very tiny ant was crawling on the CPB wall. At first, it looked very harmless, but magnified 300 times, it was a homing device for a mayhem spying on our heroes.
Why did you describe a camera action? You could have just said, but upon closer look. That would have been worked so much better.
Blackwork laughed across the horizon. To be continued. In our next Scanranger adventure, the team finally learns the origins of Peter Emmanuel. At the same time, the sinister Blackwork confronts our heroes in a fight to the death. In this intense battle, one team member will not make it alive. Will our heroes be prepared to defend themselves against the merciless overlord? Next time
before it's just Peter who dies.
I think it probably will be.
Yeah.
Next time on Movie Task Force Scanranger, episode 29. If I die, let it be with honor. Roll that film.
We only have 12 chapters left, guys. That's all. We are not doing them tonight, obviously, but just so you know.
So if you don't want to stop, if you want to stop watching,
Like,
we won't blame you.
but like, God, I mean, par for the course for this fic, really, with that chapter. Really stupid. Just same typical shit. Like, honestly, I remember, like, So, what do you think of the Jesus Ranger so far, Ryan?
He's pretty cool.
Right, that is the Jesus.
Nothing in this fic is cool.
He's my favorite character
Why?
because he's cool.
Why not?
Is it because he's Methodist? Is that it?
I don't know if he's Methodist. Maybe he's Catholic.
Or maybe he's a Satanist?
That makes no sense.
That's just wrong, Stan.
He's just trying to do the good work of God by being a Power Ranger.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So, Joe, how did you feel about your first exposure to Scanranger?
Well, it's a thing, I guess.
It's stupid.
I wouldn't say it's stupid. Definitely. I would say.
Don't you dare try and say this thing has any redeeming features, because it does.
I'm not saying it has redeeming.
I got into it kind of near the end.
Probably because you were actually reading it with energy, so it was more you hyping yourself up than anything that the fic was actually doing.
This is true, yeah.
So, with that said, that was chapter or episode 28. 29 will probably be a few months from now, given our track record. I'll try and make it sooner, but no promises.
Yeah.
You know, I might actually come back for this one too.
Okay, well, fucking then, next time you're online, we'll read another chapter.
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
Yes, it is! Don't you fucking dare!
I'm not saying this thing itself is not terrible. I'm talking about us doing this.
Oh, well, yeah, us reading it and riffing on it is fun.
Yeah,
It's
fun,
just like like the big weakness that I'm starting to notice now is that whenever we get to the action parts, like there's not much too else to say because it's just the same bullshit. This guy hit him. This guy didn't hit him. Da 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 da.
I will say this. I found that because I don't write action scenes too much, but in writing on another story that'll eventually see the light of day in like however long it takes me to get to that point. But with writing fight scenes, since you're having to describe it anyway, it's kind of hard to not make it sound kind of telly because like there's since it's a written form anyway, that's kind of hard to do.
I mean, I get that, but what I'm trying to say is like all of this guy's fight scenes are basically the same.
Yeah, that's another thing that can be pretty tough, especially if you're like me to where you choreograph them with like figures or something. Because then you'll run through like the same motions and stuff.
I mean, granted, I get that varying it up like every single time is difficult, especially if you're going for a long runner, right? But like, dude, you could vary it up at least a little bit every once in a while. Fuck, man. God damn.
It's the same thing.
So with that, look forward to whenever episode 29 is. But until then, hope you enjoyed and take care.
See ya.